Welcome to the Emo Social Club podcast, broadcasting to you live from emosocialclub.tv. I am Brian.
Lizzie, and we're here this afternoon with Jake and Will from Joyful. Welcome for coming on the podcast, guys, and thanks so much for coming on during the middle of the afternoon. It's like really morning to most of us.
Hey, guys. Glad to be here.
Let's have you both introduce yourselves. Jake, we'll start with you since you were on time today. No, I'm just kidding. But Jake, go for it.
Oh, okay. I'm Jake. I'm a vagrant that just rolled out of bed about 15 minutes ago, and I play drums in Joyful.
Hey guys, I'm Will. I play bass in Joyful, and I'm on my lunch break, enjoying this beautiful day right now.
Oh yeah, it's one of the first days in Chicago that it's not like 40 and raining or 30 and sunny.
Right. It was snowing the other day.
We are all from Chicago here, or the Chicagoland area, so we can talk about Chicago weather, and it will make sense to no one else.
We're just so niche, it hurts.
We're very niche. We're a Chicago meteorological podcast.
Oh, I didn't know that we are all Mr. Tom Skilling here. Chicago meteorologist.
This actually isn't the Emo Social Club podcast. It's the Tom Skilling fan club.
Yeah,
meeting.
It's rightfully so.
I had a teacher in, I think it was freshman or sophomore year. Maybe it was even like 8th grade. That like was obsessed with Tom Skilling.
Oh my god!
Always had us doing. What?
Where did you get it though?
The Tom like the obsession, I guess, just from loving weather.
Okay.
Oh man, the way that the weather works. All
man,
about
clouds.
It, dude. And it was like a science class. I'm like, okay, I get it. But yeah, the amount of just like Tom Skilling love that I learned from a very youthful age.
I remember every time his name comes up, I think of when the solar eclipse was happening in 2017, and he was doing like this huge thing on the news, and he like when the eclipse happened, he got like so emotional that he like broke down in tears.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus, man.
Wow.
You feel like this guy is like watched his child be birthed. Like, God damn.
Wow. Yeah. Apparently this guy's a legend, and I'm like not going to argue anybody on that.
He's kind of a Chicago institution. He's like, if there was a Mount Rushmore of Chicago staples, it would be like Johnny's Beef, Tom Skilling, maybe like the Bean, and
restaurants, people, landmarks,
and Mike Ditka probably. I don't know.
True.
Fucking Ditka.
I saw Mike Ditka one morning at my job, and I was like, is that Mike Ditka? And somebody's like, yeah, it is. And he walked through and he had a cigar in his hand, and he was like waiting to light it. He was on like the 9th floor of a building. And my first instinct, because it's like 10 in the morning, so like way too early for me to be doing anything. And I almost, because I really only know Mike Ditka because of the famed movie Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell and Mike Ditka in it. Angry soccer coach. I almost yelled Xbox at him, and I said, I'm gonna get my ass kicked by Mike Ditka. I better shut up.
I used to work at a country club, and I actually served him one time, and it was super weird.
They tip you.
I don't remember. I just remember being like in awe, being like, "Oh my god, I'm bringing Mike Ditka an iced tea right now." Like, what is my life?
So now
we know his autograph it.
It's like,
hey, can you autograph your receipt? I'm just gonna take that one. Actually,
hey, coach, can you autograph this receipt for this club sandwich and iced tea for me?
Put it in a frame or something.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm such a sports nerd that I probably would have. And here's my autographed Mike Ditka receipt.
I forgot about that, Jake. You actually do like you know all the facts about things, right? Let's do a trivia for Jake or something.
Ooh,
test you on that.
If you don't know it, you can make up an answer, and I will. Like,
yeah, we
I don't think Lizzie or I will question it at all.
Wouldn't know. I don't know shit about sports ball.
Yeah,
I don't know either.
Oh no.
All right. The official weight of a football is what?
Oh my God.
Just in case anyone's checking, which apparently comes up sometimes in sports.
It does.
12 ounces.
Sure.
Jake.
Sure.
That's the size of
I'm
a latte.
genius.
By volume.
My answer is 1.5 dicas.
That, you know what?
All right,
Sounds
I
right.
believe it. I believe it.
I made up my own measurement of weight, and you guys don't know what it is, so.
Listen, if we've learned anything from this last like chaotic year plus to like 7 years, honestly, you could say anything and no one knows the answer. And we're gonna say, yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, fine.
It sounds
Fine.
right. It sounds good enough.
We should talk about your band, but we don't have to if you want to keep talking about sports.
Hey, man.
But it'd only be you. It would only be you talking about sports.
It'd just be Jake.
Yeah.
We can do whatever. We're having fun.
Lizzie, do you want to take this one?
Sure. So you guys dropped your latest single, Alive, and the music video just this past week. How has that kind of been? Because you guys only have mainly singles for the most part as a newer-ish band too, where we've seen some other newer bands just come out with EPs or an LP and they're just throwing it out. What's causing you guys to kind of do like the kind of like single releases in comparison?
I think it's just kind of been based around the way that like the streaming world as a whole really seems to pander more towards single releases. Like if you release one song at a time, you have better chances of getting it on these playlists. And it also seems like it when you're releasing a single song every maybe 3 months as opposed to 5 songs at once and then having to wait maybe another year to put out another EP or an LP, you're staying consistent with music and like music videos and all sorts of just content seems to just keep you fresh in people's minds and on their Facebook feeds and all that sorts of stuff. So it's also cheaper for recording too. It's so
Yeah.
it saves us money to do a song at a time.
Not to say that we won't ever do an EP or something like that, but for right now, our workflow, it's like our workflow is what's working for us right now. And I think down the line, we'd definitely look into an EP of sorts. So just to add everything that Jake just said.
I think we might just make the jump to doing like a double album.
Oh wow. Just gonna
Straight
both
through.
foot, feet in, whole body, mind empty. Let's go.
I think we'll write like 3 legitimate songs and then we'll do kind of like that. Did you guys ever listen to John H. Benjamin's I Should Have Learned to Play the Piano? I'll just do that for like 15 tracks and just like try to.
Is it? I'm assuming it's just him not knowing how to play the piano.
So he hired like insanely good jazz musicians to like back him up, and then he just he tries to play piano on these songs, and it's so funny.
So it sounds like jazz.
I think his official title is the Jazz Daredevil.
Okay.
I haven't.
Fair. Okay. I'm understanding the joke and I'm liking it because H. John Benjamin is pretty funny.
I love John Benjamin so much.
About singles, and I want to get your thoughts on this because there's like this thing about, you mentioned streaming culture and how like Spotify and releasing singles ends up being much easier for you as an artist. But there was a lot of like people who were saying, Spotify came out with this thing, or Daniel Ek, I believe, is the CEO of Spotify, who came out and he was like, if you want to get more streams, you should release more music more often, like kind of pushing the artists in this way of like, hey, you should just be putting out more content. Of course, it's the owner of a platform saying, hey, would you mind putting more stuff on our platform? Which of course is like, you have a different.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that some people were upset about this. Like, yeah, people can't just be going into the studio all the time making music or like producing new songs and more songs. But what you're saying also makes a lot of sense to me of just like, yeah, we're working on one song at a time. We go into the studio, we record it, we put it out. Like the time frame from going from I wrote a song to now that song is released to the world, I think is getting much shorter and much easier. I will also acknowledge you only have 3 people in your band, which probably makes the workflow much faster and easier than having 5 or more.
It makes it so much quicker. And, yeah.
Like, do you think that's reasonable for artists? Do you think that that's something that like it should change to, or do you think that it's more like?
Go on.
I think it's kind of a weird. It's just kind of a weird slippery slope, I feel. But it's also, I mean, I would say it's kind of getting to that though. I mean, you see a lot more bands that are self-recording and producing their own stuff. Like I think the band Camino, for example, I think they track all their own music, and they're a band that puts out material all the time.
Yeah.
And then you see a lot of bands putting out just like acoustic renditions of songs, and even I see a lot of bands doing reimagined versions of songs just to pump stuff out, which is awesome. But I also do believe you need to take time to really write your music, and you don't want to rush the material you're making. So I don't know. I think there's good arguments to both sides of the coin on the streaming stuff. So
yeah, I guess whether or not it's reasonable for the artist, I guess depends on like the nature of the market today. And that is like the 2 major factors, like speed to market and then quality of content. So however you accomplish that, I guess is how I picture it right now. But yeah, just to add on, agree with everything you just said, Jake, though. Pros and cons.
That was a very like tech answer. Speed to market, and I love it because I know that kind of shit, but I'm like, wow, that was a tech answer right there, and I like it. Content and quality.
This boy out here talking like a robot.
Next thing he's going to talk about NFTs, and he's going to be like, all right, guys, listen.
Sorry. My bad.
No, it's fine.
I do work
please.
in IT.
Yeah. Look,
there you go, though.
The amount of musicians I know who work in IT, it's like, it's going to bleed in. It's just going to be like that flow of like, yo, okay, we got to get this to market. And you're like, dude, I'm writing a guitar part. Like, relax.
All right. Your guitar part is due at the end of the next sprint cycle in 2 weeks. After that, we need a test. Send it off to QA and market research to approve the push to production, and sorry, I'll shut up now.
Guys, but like, what have you done?
But like, is there value in what you're saying? I don't know yet. Like, maybe that's how it needs to work. Because like, I look at the, like working in an office before, I was like, oh, yo, this shit is like very, very efficient. You get shit done. Everybody knows their part. You go away, you do the work, you come back. And I'm like, every time I get together with a band, it's like, I noodled on this earlier. Let's do something with it. And I'm like, I don't want to sit here watching you noodle on guitar. Like, I wanted to come here and do something.
Right.
I feel like if somebody came up to me, though, and they just said the word, I was noodling, I'd be like, I don't know if I can
That's what it's called.
To you right now. I feel uncomfortable here.
It is constant. And I mean, that's also the thing that I'm like, oh, you only have 3 people in your band. It must be so fucking nice to just be like one guitar and you're like, yeah, I'm just going to noodle. Don't worry about it. Rather than 2 noodlers or toodlers as they call them.
There's so many things here. Words. The vernacular. I also heard the other day when I was editing something for work, and one of the DJs says, oh, I'm wearing this natty light shirt that says Daddy Natty, and I said, I don't like this at all. I hate this. I gotta walk away.
Where can I get this shirt? I hate it. Oh my God.
Everyone is just shit posting now for everything. All marketing is just shit posting
anymore.
This podcast is brought to you by Daddy Letty.
Oh my God.
So I watch a lot of like Anthony Fantano and Punk Rock MBA and like hear all these like music takes, and I'm always like trying to like apply them to like new bands and like how you can market yourself and do all this stuff in the environment, and like seeing all this shit about fucking tramp stamps, the industry plant. And apparently they responded about being industry plants. I don't know if you guys have heard this controversy. What? So there's this band on TikTok and they're called Tramp Stamps, and they're making like, I would say, not that great of music. Like the music's just not that good.
So it's not just a clever name.
Right.
It's literally one of the like main chorus lines is like, I'd rather die than hook up with another straight white guy. And then like at the end, because it came up on my TikTok earlier, and some of it, they're just naming like traditional like white boy names like Steven, Chad. And I'm like, who said this is a good song? Because it's not.
And they argue it's themselves coming up with everything, but like they have industry connections, which isn't to say that they're like industry plants, but I do think that like most of the feedback and most of the like response is like, you've clearly got like something going on here that's helping you build up whatever it is you're doing, but also like it's not very good. So maybe you're not industry plants because it kind of sucks.
Sometimes I feel like I feel like there's been a few instances, at least in the past couple of years, where there's been acts that are just so dumb and ridiculous that it just attracts a pretty enormous audience.
Yeah.
So
like shock value. Shock value gives you the attention.
Like
being a 3-piece industry plant is just shock value.
Yeah. I mean, like, for example, I don't really get the hype behind 100 gex.
Whoa.
Brian's about to end the stream right now.
Shut this shit down.
I just don't get it. I don't know. But I say that, I mean, I could go back to their record like a year from now and be like, oh, okay, I get it now.
I got it better once it was the remix record with all of the like additional artists, and then I kind of understood it.
Oh, see, I haven't listened to that.
Oh, then you gotta go.
Yeah, that one has like a bunch of different like just collaborators on it. So when you listen to it, you're like, oh, okay, it's a little bit more kind of like traditionally mainstream sounding in some senses.
Yeah.
And then it kind of brings it out, and then you go listen to like their original stuff without the remix. So you're like, all right.
Yeah.
It's vibes. It's like, do I want to be a scene kid who is better than Broken Side?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nothing is better than Broken Side. Take that back.
Pinnacle of music. Yeah, I mean, like hyperpop itself is like going to be that thing where everybody's trying to steal from it. The sort of like emo culture and pop punk culture that has been getting more and more attention is just like, I mean, that was already like taken advantage of back in the day when people were like, quick, we got to sign another AFI. We got to sign another Mike Hem. We got to sign another Fall Out Boy. Like, let's just get 3 girls with colorful hair and make them talk shit about dudes. And that'll be it.
I honestly thought, because when I first saw like the TikTok of them, I really thought they took like, you know, when you would like be in like middle school or high school and you weren't allowed to dye your hair, you would get the spray can paint. And you just put it in your hair, even if your hair was like brown and it just looked terrible, but you're like, ooh, it has that tint. I'm edgy now. That's what their hair looks like to me. And I'm like, is that what they did?
They're that fake.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Manic Panic would do better. I'd stay in your head, but it would do the job better.
What is this act called again?
Tramp Stamps.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
They to quote Will here, I think they were very much like, you know, we have a viable product, we're ready to go to market. Let's just, you know, minimum viable operations are go. Let's just like, you know, put it up there. We'll have meetings about it later.
We got this song with a bunch of guys' names that sounds like they're managers of Air Apostles in it. We'll just dye these girls' hair and we'll just
go. Man.
we'll do it live. You know,
We'll do it
We'll do it
live.
live. The kids like the things live, okay?
Kids love it when it's live.
The kids love it.
Live.
The kids love the hair coloring. They love it when you do it live. Will, do you just can we? So I mean, fuck Andy. He's not even here. But dude, let's start a side project. Let's start a side project. Like we'll do like these. We'll do like tramp stamps, but we'll call it like Dogecoins, and we'll just.
All right, bass and drums. We'll be busking on the streets. I'll try to sing. I'll get that little.
I was gonna say I could sing.
Okay, you can sing, Jake.
Yeah,
it's on you.
Yeah, it'll be really.
It's
really
music,
bad, and
it's music for finance bros. It's needed.
Ooh.
There we go.
Tramp stamps for finance bros is.
We're the official band of Coinbase and Robinhood.
You listen to us as you watch your stocks drop every morning.
Yeah.
Shit, I need the angry songs now. Or then when it's going up, you have like the happier version of it. You record the same song for a bear and bull market.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called AFT.
But talking about what the kids like, it seems like
you're right.
People like you because you've been on numerous radio shows and their local shows. You've been on Spotify's like new punk tracks, so you've had a lot of really big coverage. How has that been for you guys to receive that? And when it comes to certain parts of it, are you like submitting to Spotify, or are you just like, publishing and hoping for the best with Spotify?
That's a good Jake question.
We've definitely, I mean, so the songs that did get those features on Spotify, we did submit them. To me, I thought they were kind of shots in the dark. Just because we're still kind of a new band. I mean, we've been a band for a year-ish. So I mean, yeah, we've had to submit to all that stuff, and then I'm such a nut when it comes to like emailing for press and stuff. I'm always trying to just do as much as I can to get press and hype for the band, I suppose.
A lot of it's kind of surprising and like really kind of grateful for the attention we've gotten out of all this, actually. Jake, all your hard work shows, and even some of that stuff just comes to us. Like, I don't even know, some random emails or, random shit even just comes to us from all of this too. So it's all great. I mean, very lucky, I feel like. Considering we've never played a show.
True.
Which is that's so ridiculous. I can't even believe that.
We're an internet band, basically, at this point.
Yeah.
We are.
There's so many internet bands right now, though. Like you're in good company.
Yeah.
Streaming live on Instagram, streaming live on anywhere else, I guess. Twitch and not YouTube. I don't think anyone's streaming on YouTube.
2020 was the best year to start a band, man. Am I right, Will?
Yeah. 2 weeks before COVID, prime time. We
released our first single, and then the world shut down.
That's what did it, actually. They're like, bands are done. Music's done. Best one's out now. Shut it all down. We don't even need any other ones.
Ghost bands only.
Ghost bands.
Ghost bands.
Oh, my God.
It does raise questions. Yeah, we have talked to a lot of bands that have just started like over the last year, because it's like I feel like it's the best time to start a band, like you said, but I also feel like there's also a lot of people that are looking for like the content, like getting placement for new bands, and like it's all happening. Like it's very interesting that like what always felt like there were these barriers to break and these like doors that you needed to kick open and be like, please put me on your Spotify playlist, right? It's like that's so much harder. But over the past year, I'm like, well, it should be even harder now because no one's out there doing anything. But it seems like it's like getting like a little bit more open to people of all levels on the music scene.
Oh, I mean, the fact that us as a brand new band were able to get on one is a testament to how accessible to anybody it should be now. Which is amazing. I mean, without Spotify opening up that possibility to us, I mean, we would have gotten nowhere near the amount of attention that we got right out the gate. So there's the doors for all these new bands are essentially limitless. I feel
it's all a level playing field. I guess the only thing to add is it's going to be an oversaturated market. It's going to be a lot of music. It already is. There's so much music out there, But yeah.
It's really going to be once everything starts to open up, and like there's already some, obviously, in like with some of the Chicago venues. I know Cobra Lounge just posted a show for September.
Oh, really?
Who's going to start getting the dates? Because obviously if you've already been a band beforehand, or if you're in like a new project and you were in a band and you know those promoters, you're obviously are gonna get a little bit of a preference over a new band unless they got like a super good like write-up from like either Chicago Reader or Pitchfork. That's just kind of how it unfortunately works. And so I feel like we'll see a lot of these little projects, whether they be from people who are in other bands who started to do stuff, or people who are saying, oh, I'm just going to do this right now because I have the time and I have the capability right now to do it. They're going to kind of dissipate as they see they see how hard and difficult it's going to be.
Now you have to be at the show. It's like, never mind, fuck
sucks,
this.
But I think it's going to happen. They're like, I have to go and I have to stand in front of people. I can't just do it on Twitch. I have to look at their face. No.
I have to carry my whole drum kit into a venue. What?
I have to go up the stairs at Sub T.
Yeah. I was gonna say I miss lugging gear up the stairs at Sub T, man.
It's the workout none of us asked for or
wanted to get. My God.
Who doesn't enjoy carrying an 8x10 up 2 flights of stairs?
Fucking sucks. Especially when it's not your 8x10 and it's someone else's, but you're helping because you're in the band and you're like, ugh.
There's like 4 guys trying to manhandle that fridge up this,
Yeah. I could also imagine there's a lot of bands who are like, we're not playing live shows, guys. We have a studio space. We're just gonna play in that. Like, just film us doing that. Whatever. Put that up. That'll be our tour.
That's it.
That's only such a bummer to think that might be. That's such a bummer to think that might be some people's actual thinking. Like, hey man, we got these GoPros set up. We got some decent microphones here. We don't have to go out and play at Chop Shop or Beat Kitchen anymore. We can just play in my living room.
If everybody has good internet quality and service, and you can do that in your own home, I do see it as like, I don't think live shows are ever going to like stop, like as soon as everything comes back, it's just going to be like, everyone is in every venue all the time. like we're recording this at noon. People are going to be like, dude, we'll play a show at noon. We don't care. We just need to play a fucking show. I don't think that'll ever go away, but I do think now that people have learned that you can do this on the internet, it will be sort of like an additional thing to it. Like, hey, we're not playing a show this weekend. Let's at least get together and like do something to put out for something this weekend. It'll be more like consistency of content in that way, rather than like, we're just going to like wait until we have a show. Cause like, obviously the motivation to do shit when you can't do anything is there. There's going to be motivation when you can do shit too. Hopefully it continues. I say that to myself and to everyone else out there.
No, I definitely don't think the live streaming is going away even after the pandemic is long gone. I mean, it kind of plays into that whole pump out as much content as you can. It's just going to be a new element that we'll all have to adjust to as artists and give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want. Yeah. And it's also just like with this opening up of like opportunity and this opening up of opportunity to people at all different levels of it. Like, I think that that's part of the reason why the landscape is so even right now, It's like everybody has access to the same shit and nobody's going anywhere. So I'm imagining like, you know, even like, hey, we need somebody to come and film this show. We need somebody to film this set so we can post it and just put our whole like imagine every show a band does on the internet. Like every live set they do on the internet forever. That'd be fucking interesting because no one's ever done it that way.
I mean, that honestly might not be too far away.
Yeah.
Right. Bars may start investing in their own equipment to stream on their own site. You know, I mean, what's stopping them from storing all their shows in one category on their own site and just have people watch it for some fee or whatever? A digital ticket? I don't know. There's so much.
I'm saying.
Something was doing that for a while, actually. They I forget what the name of the company was, but they had a camera set up there for a couple of years, and every show was streamed on this website, which was, I mean, that might kind of become the new norm everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that Smart Bar has been doing that with like their Queen Nights and Nocturna. So
really?
I'm wondering if that's gonna I know that Beauty Bar tried to do it for like Emo Night and their other like theme nights.
They were gonna try to live stream that.
So
yeah, like a DJ thing.
Yeah. So all it ended up being, because you need a lot of equipment to set it up, was, you know, the DJs just bringing their stuff and then DJing it just through, and then just the camera, which it's dark in there. So I think that a lot of venues, if they do start to do it, because regardless, even if shows actually are able to come back in the fall, you know, and there's still going to be a lot of people are like, I don't want to go out and do it. Or maybe they're like, tragically have to rely on this U.S. herd immunity, which I don't trust anybody to do, to go out and do things.
Good luck.
I feel like there's still going to be a lot of people who are going to be like, sounds sketch, I'm not going to go. But if I pay, because even if it is online, you can always offer a reduced ticket fee.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would probably do that to be more safe than to be like, I'm going to go out to like Cobra Lounge and see whatever band. It's $15 there. Then you have to count, you know, getting down there and whatever else you do to commute to a show. And then, or I can just stay at home, maybe pay $10 instead and just like stream it at my house and vibe.
That's a good point, though.
That's actually, I think that's like a genius idea.
Hey, hire me if you work at a venue. I'll make sure Brian and I will make your plans.
We'll run it by Will. He'll make sure that it's viable and it's good to go to market. Have all the checks in place.
Instead of a new band, we're all actually a new streaming IT crew all together.
All right, let's do it.
All of us.
I'm all in.
There's an industry here.
I can't get over the thought of them live streaming the Emo Night at Beauty Bar. Just like at home watching Emo Night on my phone, like, wow, look at all these people drinking Miller High Lifes and dancing the Never Met by American Football on the dance floor right now. This is awesome, man.
You wouldn't want to dance drunk in your living room to "I'm Not Okay" by Mike Hem or something like that.
I mean,
I'm saying,
dude,
I
did that yesterday.
Over, you don't have to deal with any creepy people. You're just there with you and your buddies, and you're like, "Let's go!" And you don't have to fight for pizza. You're like, "Pizza, it's mine."
Pizza's all mine.
Guys, just come over to my place tonight. I'm live streaming Beauty Bar. Like, we don't got to go to the city, man. It's all good.
I got this new strobe light.
Yeah,
it's real interactive. Trust.
I'll bust out my disco ball. Oh my god!
It is interesting. Like, I've thought of like if we ever do a live event again, which I mean we will, but it's like, well, why not have it on the internet too? Like, or even if it's not like live streamed, why not film it and then also put it on the internet for later, like in case somebody wants to watch it? Because like, the worst thing that would happen is that nobody wants to watch it. The best thing that would happen is that anybody wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
So like I get I think now it's most people are just like, okay, what can we create? And then let's just create it and see who comes and who likes it, which is Emo Social Club and everything else out there is just like, hey, who wants to watch this? And there is an audience that eventually will go, oh, I really like the people. I really like the background of like what they're doing here. This is cool. I'm gonna join it. Even if it's like, I've seen some really shitty YouTubers and some really shitty Twitch streamers who have like gotten very popular because it's like, who cares? Like, it's entertaining to me. I like it.
Oh, the amount of just like atrocious YouTube and what have you channels that have popped up in the past 15 months is
don't you want to do makeup and talk about murder? That is one of them. I swear, I've seen it. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on here.
My fiance's watched that before, and I'm like, dude, this sucks.
What are you talking about?
So it's this chick, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna like do like this makeup routine thing. I don't really know anything about makeup, so I'm just describing this terribly. She's like putting on a bunch of makeup, and then, like while she's doing it, she's like, let me tell you the story about a true crime or paranormal thing that happened. She's like, let me talk about John Wayne Gacy as I put like blush that's like similar to class or some shit like that.
Dude, but like that makes so much fucking sense to me in like a YouTube thing is like, just do that. Yeah. If you, Lizzie, like literally your passion is murder, you could just find, well, okay, let me rephrase that. Your passion is hearing about murders.
Her passions include makeup and
anyway, I heard about this one crime that I did.
Breasts, but okay, we'll go with
that. I mean, like, I don't know. There's room for everything out there at this point, and everybody's just like I know that there's going to be like a downswing now where everybody's like, I started a YouTube channel. Fuck it, I'm going out into the world again. Fuck my YouTube channel for a lot of people. But I still think like that stuff is going to exist, and I think that for sure, like shows, venues, like you're going to need like additional revenue. You're going to need additional ways of like getting people in the club, getting tipsy. Like you're just going to need more shit like that.
Everybody in the club getting tips. That'd be cool though, and you could buy a virtual ticket, buy like a virtual old style. Just
virtual
tip the bartender for a $2 old style. Here you go.
Yeah.
Virtual Schlitz.
That's the name. That's the name of our project. Virtual Schlitz.
Virtual finance bros. You're gonna get everybody in there. Everybody. Yeah. They're gonna be like, "Can I tip you in Bitcoin?"
Yes.
I'd be like, absolutely.
We will reinvest that Bitcoin and make exponential profits, and then reinvest into the Schlitz Band Group Corporation to boost our Dogecoin.
Dogecoin,
yeah.
Dogecoin.
We don't accept USD currency for our merch. You have to buy it with Bitcoin.
That'd be fucking insane.
Dogecoin.
NFTs. You can only get the shirt via NFT.
NFTs are not a form of value. Anyway, it's fine. I don't want to talk about it.
I found this like really informational. This journalist put together like a PowerPoint slide about NFTs, and I was just like reading it for like an hour yesterday. I'd be like, I need to understand what the hell this is.
It's too much.
It's a lot.
My friends came at me the other day and they were like, all right, Brian. And I'm like, please don't say my name like that. It sounds offensive when you say Brian like that. Jesus. They're like, explain Bitcoin. I'm like, I'm just trying to have a cool night, man. Why are you asking me this?
Why are we talking about finance here? I thought we were all
Jesus
and vibing.
Oh my God.
I'm like, Jesus. And I did, like, I get it. And my friends like were talking about it because my friend's girlfriend is now working for a crypto company, and I'm like, it's hurting the environment. And then no one was popular at the party. Anyway, we would be remiss if we didn't speak a little bit more about your music and try to sell people on your music around this podcast about music and not crypto fucking currency. We're not entering into this conversation. I did see a YouTuber who is known for like video editing just go, what is a cryptocurrency? And I'm like, dude, no. Like, I come to you to learn how to use Premiere Pro, and that's it.
It's just casual conversation and generating about like, hey, so you're moving this here and you're embedding this here. By the way, who knows cryptocurrency? Comment in the link. Comment below.
No.
Tell me what it is.
No. Anyway, we should talk about your music. Sell some people on listening to Joyful. Going to check you out on the Spotify playlist. It says that you are for fans of Jimmy Eat World. So you are Jimmy Eat World to me. That's just any other.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's just Jimmy Eat World.
That's it. It's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are all turning into Mr. Jim Atkins collectively together.
That's just my goal, for us to one day just combine and become Jim Atkins, like in Power Rangers, how they come together and form like that big robot.
Yeah, Megazord. I mean, I don't know this name.
We'll just combine our strength and become Jim Atkins 2.0.
Nobody will ever know the difference.
I feel like just in general, Jimmy Eat World is getting more respect lately than I've ever realized Jimmy Eat World got respect. Like more people are like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, Jimmy Eat World is great. Like more recently to me. Maybe that's just in my life. Maybe you guys are living a life where everyone around you is constantly singing Jimmy Eat World praises.
It's like a random comic book, I think, too, that like sold out. I don't know what comic book of Jimmy Eat World is, but it exists.
It's an NFT of Jimmy Eat World.
Jesus Christ.
God damn it.
Sorry.
It's fine. Songs about loss, grief, and regret. Are you guys just an emo band as a pop punk band? Hard-hitting questions here so that we're not talking about NFTs. Turn this into a question about cryptocurrency. I dare you.
Oh man. So I think I wrote that bio.
Yeah.
And I think I wrote it when we wrote our first batch of songs, which kind of, I mean, the lyrical content definitely dealt with all that sort of stuff. So I think we're moving past sounding that emo a little bit. I would hope so.
Yeah, where is that line drawn, and how do you categorize the two? I think Strangers is pretty pop punk, more so than emo, right, Jake? I don't know how I would categorize that. I mean,
yeah, I would say it's decently Jimmy Eat World.
Which straddles the line?
No, I would say definitely at our core, like pop punk and emo are at the foundation for sure.
Yeah, definitely a flavor of the two.
I mean, those are just kind of the bands that we grew up on, so it's hard to escape that.
Yeah, and then we released Alive, and that kind of has sort of this 90s vibe to it a little bit, just for it because of the progression of that song. It's really basic. So I don't know how that fits in with the whole emo pop punk kind of categorizing, but
it's coming back into the scene.
Yeah,
the 90s vibe is coming back.
I'm all about it.
I know.
Another band that's like 97, man.
Yes, what a great year for music that I lived through it heavily. I'm 87 years old, so I had a lot of time to acknowledge the 90s in my time. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of interest in those types of sounds, that type of 90s vibe, like coming back into more of the alternative sound, pop punk sound. I think more so than emo. I guess if you're like an emo band now, you generally are like right up against that pop punk line.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like if you get labeled one, you pretty much get lassoed into the other as well.
Yeah.
It's a natural progression of any emo and or pop punk band. It's like you get there, you get there, you get there. Okay, now you're an indie pop band someday.
And now you're the Lumineers.
Oh God!
Welcome to the dark side.
Yikes, that's extreme.
Do it.
Now you're the Lumineers.
Or you're.
Our goal is to one day just become Catfish and the Bottlemen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I like them. They're great. They're a great fucking band.
No shade. Just
No,
Just,
they.
you know.
I mean, hey, man, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying.
If that happens, I'll be happy, Jake.
Wow. Will's kicking Jake out of the band for that comment.
Wow, dude.
Catfish in the bottom man. Be like, remember what you said? Remember what you said?
Remember what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. You either you stay pop punk or you just go country like A Day to Remember. Like I guess that's the progression there.
Or you
The
become
two roads that you converge.
Or you become buttrock country.
Yeah.
Buttrock country, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of my goal in starting this band. It's like the eventuality that we would become a country butt rock band.
Listen, they make money. Like it's upsetting, but they make fucking money.
Oh, I know.
I mean, if you did that, you can make a hard pivot right now and probably get on to one of the Ohio Butt Rock festivals.
Ohio Butt Rock Festival.
Can I be honest with you?
Oh no.
Please.
That kind of sounds like my hell. I'm not gonna lie.
Jeez.
There are some bands on that I'm always like, yeah, I'd go see Rob Zombie. Yeah, I'd go see Slipknot. Like I like those bands. But like everything else around it, like just to see a band you like.
You're like, I'd have to watch Buck Cherry. You'd have to listen to Crazy Bitch. You would have to listen to Crazy Bitch by Buck Cherry. Be like, I'm doing it for Slipknot. I'm doing it for Slipknot. I'm doing it for Slipknot.
Like if Will showed up at my house and was just like, hey dude, like I got tickets to go see Mudvayne, like you in? I'd be like, no.
No.
Yes.
I'm not.
Let's do it. Once in my life, I would like to
Go see Mudvayne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well I won't be there with you.
Oh my God.
Thanks a lot, Jake.
I don't think it'd be fun anymore, but I think like at their peak, you know, showing up to the Grammys when they're nominated for a Grammy with like bullet hole makeup in the middle of their forehead. Like seeing them that year would have been fucking legit. Seeing them now is just like, hey guys, we're still fucking Mudvayne.
We're 50 years old and we look like
now they might be playing like down the street
and
at like base camp. And you're gonna be like, yeah.
Yeah, now they're just in Lombard.
Everybody meet at base camp and Lyle to see Mudvayne.
Did they legit play at base camp one time?
I mean,
No,
if it wasn't them, it was a Mudvayne cover band.
Puddle of Mud did. And they're all kind of
yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fucking did. She fucking hates me, but she was everyone. But she
sucks so bad.
Everybody.
I actually kind of like Puddle of Mud, but that song sucks.
It's not great anymore. At the time, it was like, hell yeah, brother. But now I'm like, well, I'm not fucking 14, so it's fine. Like, let's grow up. Let's be adults.
I feel like I'm talking so much shit about butt rock bands and 100 Gex, and I'm sorry.
I feel like
to get like docs when this episode comes out. It's like, what did I do? And someone's gonna be like, in the honor of Gex.
We heard, some weird internet thing is gonna just like pop up, and it's gonna be like, "Hello, we heard you were talking shit about 100 Gex."
And then I have to go into witness
the
protection and.
Here's the thing, though: are you a part
name.
of the fifth wave emo wave, or are you a part of the sixth one that's coming up apparently soon?
What is that?
Is that the wave with like Machine Gun Kelly and and like Mod Sun?
I mean, it could be. I really don't know. I still don't understand if it's a joke or not, because so many people believe in it so vigilantly, and then there's another half of like the internet that is like, no, this is 100% a joke, and I'm too scared to ask.
I've never heard of this till now, so that's interesting.
This is all being made up. It's all people on Twitter just making shit up. It's like, dude, imagine being like, okay, we all made bands during a pandemic. No one has played a show yet, so we're all just writing a bunch of shit that we learned from the internet to get over our like isolated depression. And it's like, is this fifth wave emo? I don't fucking know. It's give me a wave to ride out of my fucking house. That's what it is.
So
like, I'll fucking ride a wave.
We're seventh wave emo.
Oh, okay. great. So you're like real like Megamind in the future energy.
Yeah, like I would say we're decently futurist.
We're a few ways
decently futurist. I love that.
I mean, all of our songs from now on will include xylophone, and we're gonna sample dog barks over the snare drum. And
you are speaking my language. And 100. You actually are writing 100 Gex songs right now.
Yeah, you actually are becoming. That's your villain origin story. You just become the Gek. You become one of the hundreds of Geks.
Our first single is gonna be called Barker Travis, and it's gonna be awesome. 7th wave emo, guys. You heard it here first.
Yeah. If all the waves happen simultaneously, that's a typhoon. Like, it's just too much. Too many fucking waves. Too many waves.
I'm going to put that as the title, 7th wave emo with Joyful, and somebody is going to be so mad. I hope it makes it out.
Oh, hell yeah.
About actual emo. I want to be roasted.
Yeah, I'm
like out of hand joke.
I'm officially ready to get shit talked on Reddit later today.
We got to start posting our shit on Reddit.
This stupid semi-relevant band from Chicago said this. And
this thing is decently futurist.
The only emo band really is American football, guys. Come on now. I've never listened to American football a day in my goddamn life. That's an honest fact.
Oh my god.
That's 0 wave emo. It's email. Yeah, it has to email it to you just to hear it.
Okay, so is it actually email? Is that a new genre?
Yeah.
I think you created a new genre.
The only way to hear it is if it's emailed to you. It's like the postal service. Like they thought they were cool, but like instead of sending it through snail mail, it has to be emailed to you. It's the only way you can hear it.
Brian's version of NFTs without using NFTs.
It has to be on the blockchain. Anyway, we're not getting back onto it, Lizzie. We have strayed away from it. Every day we stray farther and farther away from our NFT gods, and that's our goal.
The blockchain, man.
Oh my
god! All right. Before we go, we're almost at an hour. I want to make sure we got time for plugs, and we're talking about the band enough and not NFTs. So if anybody can find your NFT, where would they go? And where can they find you guys on the internet? Where can they listen to your music? If you want to shout out where everybody can find you.
Yeah, you can bump our tracks pretty much anywhere you stream music. Spotify, Apple Music. I'm sure we're on MySpace.
Okay.
Yeah, all that
bump
good
our
stuff.
Tracks just fucking got me. I'm sorry. That fucking sent me. That was good.
I wish I had a pair of sunglasses to finally, just bump our shit. Yeah, but anywhere you listen to music, we will be there. And all our socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, farmersonly.com is Joyful the band.
Someone's gonna go look. Someone's gonna go double check.
I hope they do.
I hope they do.
Dude, maybe we should set up like everybody should start setting up like business Tinder profiles and just like post like the best looking person in the band, or like Lizzie, we would each do one. And then if somebody like comes to us and it's like, hey, what's up? It's just like, should check out our podcast.
I can't. Last time I did Tinder, one of my friends made it for me because he felt bad for me. And he was like, oh, what kind of guys do you like? And I said like, I don't know. Guys who are nice to me. I'm like nerdy guys because I know what to say. And he took that as, a guy who's like studying science. I'm like, no, I'm talking like a guy who fucking reads like comic books. He's like, well, that's your problem. Okay.
Get him out of here.
I'm like, I gotta go. And then they started talking. Then people started talking to me, and then I got scared and I deleted the app.
Yeah. Fair. All right, so we're gonna start promoting. Everybody needs to start promoting on dating apps, dating websites. No one is dating. Everyone's
I'm gonna catfish so many people.
You're gonna have to tell your fiance. You're gonna be like, listen, it's not for anything. It's just for the meme.
She would be so upset. Oh my god.
This is a non-safe way to go.
Yeah.
Like, babe, I made this farmersonly.com account.
You just gotta go with it.
It's just for business, man.
My NFT.
I'm just promoting my band. Don't worry.
Yeah. Come on.
Listen, look here. Here's the password. You can look at it. It's fine. I swear.
Here.
You know what, babe? I don't think that you're as dedicated to me promoting this band as I am. I'm just gonna say it.
I thought this was a partnership. I thought
All
you
I'm saying
supported
is,
me.
Until shows come back, I got to find new ways of promoting this band. So, like,
I guess you're not my ride or die, man.
I really thought
God.
this was going to work out. But, like, clearly, if I can't catfish people on Tinder in this relationship just for the benefit of my band, I don't know if we're talking the same language here, okay?
I'm trying to
I think that
get
we might be
on
having a little
Catfish on
problem.
MTV. I need Neve to pop up at my door and be like, what's going on?
Until Neve comes, I'm not doing my job.
No, you should set up a date for a show when you have a show, and then do it to multiple people. And then when they go to the
Holy
show, they'll just keep
shit.
playing drums.
Dude, you fucking got it. It's so fucking brilliant. It will work
Spam all
one
these
time.
lovers.
You got to make sure you have like press. You got to make sure you have like interested labels coming to that. Like everybody's got to come to that same show. So you have the majority of the audience, because I guarantee you it will never work again. Tinder will immediately shut you down for that.
Only one
Hey,
shot.
You'll get a write-up. You'll get a Consequence to Sounds and a Pitchfork write-up at the very least, in an alt press. They're gonna be like, can you believe this band is? People are gonna be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Actually,
Everyone's like, this is fucking brilliant. It worked for them. Do it.
This band sent their press kit to 87 different people on loversover40.org. I just made that
Lovers
website.
Over 40.
So you're going for the older. You're going for the older generation. You're like, hey,
They're not
here's my
busy.
natty daddy. That's
They're free.
I mean, once we transition to butt rock, country pop punk, I mean, you're obviously going to want to have that over
That's your
40
audience.
crowd
Yeah.
as your base audience.
It's a proper demographic there.
Yeah.
Call it the Shoot Your Shot show.
The shoot
like-
your shots.
It'll be a
Of one,
TikTok
invite you.
reality show, is what it's gonna be.
All
What'd
right.
you say?
A TikTok reality show.
Oh
I
my
came
God.
across one last night, and it was like it was a spoof of like the Real Housewives. It was like the real like Christian housewives, and I was like, oh, this is like really put together. It is legitimately going to be like a series on TikTok, not distributed by TikTok, but somebody's making it as like a legitimate series.
I love it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I love
We've
it.
reached a new age.
I love it.
God.
We're going to do a reality show, Joyful Emo Social Club. We just put on a reality show on TikTok, and it's just getting a lot more people to the show by faking. Like, you do the Bachelorette, but instead of kicking everybody off, it's just like, oh, wait, sorry, it was a show. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, go. Everyone's like, what are we here for?
Are you here
Like-
for the dive bar type show, or are you here for the arena type show? Because we just got to know where to put you.
Like, they're not bad, but like, I thought I was looking for love, not a new band to bump the singles up.
That's what my Spotify Discover Weekly is for, and Twitter. So
Oh, jeez.
We should
I'm
also
just trying to
mention
find somebody to bring me on a date to Cheesecake Factory. Listen to
oh
my
my
band.
God.
this is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the band Joyful. Also for plugs, just to mention, your new single "Alive" is out on all platforms. So go bump that up. Go bump that single.
Bump that
Bump those
track.
tunes. Get it. Just raise those plays. I don't know if that's the what word. I like that it rhymes though.
Million
Raise those
streams.
plays.
Raise.
Millions of
Yeah.
streams.
I'm gonna be saying that a lot now. Raise them.
Raise those plays. Those plays better be raised by the time I get home.
Yeah.
If your room's not
Check
clean.
out the official music videos on YouTube. So check that out as well.
Yeah. Go raise those plays, y'all.
Raise them plays.
Raise them plays.
Do we want to say anything else before we end this recording session?
Jake, you want to lead that one?
Do you just want to say something really offensive and then we don't have to respond to it? A bad music take.
No, I guess just thank you for having us. It's really nice meeting you guys. And yeah, look forward to eventually playing some shows. And again, just thanks for having us. This was a really fun conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
We will be front row for those shows. All of them. Every single show.
We'll go to everyone. Be like, are you here from the Tinder?
Oh, did you get the Tinder invite too?
Did these guys catfish you too? No way.
This band slid into my DMs and now I'm here front row. What the hell?
What the?
That would be how horrible would it be to be known as the Catfish band?
I mean, Catfish in the bottle.
Yeah,
it would be good.
There
though.
we go, man. It's just the natural progression, man.
Yeah.
You're Neve's new partner. You replace Max.
Isn't Max out anyway?
Yeah, he went to go like do other stuff.
I
love.
love
They
Max.
just like rotated different people.
Max was great. He was just like not putting up with any bullshit with silver hair. I loved him. Loved him. Anyway, yeah. Thank you, Jake and Will, for being on. This was a lot of fun. It's a good time. Thanks for hanging out with us in the middle of the day. The sun is out and the party's on, I guess. So yeah. Thanks for hanging.
Sun's out, party's on, man.
Party just getting started, guys.
Yeah. We appreciate you. Thank you for hanging with us. And we'll catch you very soon.
Sweet. Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Sounds good. Yeah. Thank you.